Guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. Today we're going to look at, this is part 2 of the Atari Lynx collection for the Evercade. So obviously part 2, we're going to look at collection 2. So collection 2 is a little bit less games, but I think there may be more renowned games for the Atari Lynx. There's 8 games in the box. The main one being Chip Challenge, which is the one I remember most, but not actually playing on the Lynx. Played this on the Commodore 64, which was a great little puzzle game. We've got California Games, Chip Challenge, Slime World, Blue Lightning, Zalar Mercenary, Checkered Flag, Electrocop, Gates of Zendikon. So most of these there's a few shooters here, there's a few puzzle games, sport games, platform games. Some interesting titles here. I'm pretty sure some of these were launch titles for the Lynx, which I recall. But I don't recall playing that many of them apart from Chip's Challenge. But yeah, let's have a little look inside the box. You get your usual cartridge, which is, the design of these are brilliant. I really do like them. I think we've definitely got over the original days where they're tight fitting, where it's not the case anymore. Some of the original ones were. But let's have a look at the actual manual in the game. I do love these little manuals. Gives a little background to Atari, Epix, which is probably the name of the company that made most of these games. You've got the flip screen option on the Evercade too. You've got all the things about California Games. So you've got BMX, surfing, half pipe, foot bag, and all the controls for it. You need to be wary, some of the controls are a bit strange at times, but they might be more at home if you were an actual Atari Lynx user. This looks great on here, for sure. I'm looking forward to playing that one. Slime World looks really good fun. Blue Lightning, which is a great little shooter, a little kind of afterburner style shooter. And another sort of top-down shooter. It's a checkered flag, a pole position style game. Electrocop, which is quite unusual. It's a sort of a 3D view kind of thing. It's hard to explain until you actually see it, but it seems different. It definitely seems different. And Gates of Zendikon is a side-scrolling shooter. I think that's all. Let's have a look at the games. Okay guys, going to start with Blue Lightning, which is the first game on the collection, which is a sort of shoot 'em up that's similar to Afterburner in a way. So I'm pretty sure this was like one of the launch games for the Atari Lynx. It is a little blocky, but it's a really good fun game. You can see it's got a lot going for it. It's quite impressive for being on a handheld. You can see graphically it's quite good fun. It's quite simple to actually pick up. You can see I'm not going to talk through all this video. I'll pick up at the end of the video and let the games do the talking for themselves. Okay, California games, which I have played on the Commodore 64. And just a sort of word of warning here, I'm not very good at any of these games. They are all very difficult. I sort of need to take note of probably some of the controls. But they are tricky, not easy to master, but fun. This game especially is really hard. You got sort of time limit to go on. I crash a lot.
start your engine.
Okay guys, this is probably my favourite game of the collecting chips challenge. Now I did play this on the Commodore 64 back in the day. I originally had the demo from Commodore Format magazine and then purchased the full game, and it's well worth it. It's a sort of puzzler style game, but obviously you can see on the right you need to collect chips, and there's obviously 8 left, but you need to collect things in the right order. You've got different colour keys that can only open the corresponding doors. The question mark in the middle generally gives you some hints and tips of the actual level you're on. But it does get trickier. This is like a tester first level just to get you used to some of the controls. It's quite a basic game, but it can be quite addictive. It's good fun. I remember playing this constantly and getting stuck, but still having a lot of fun. Try to puzzle and figure out what I need to do for each level. Obviously, if you muck up, you could really just go back to the beginning again. So you collect all the chips, then you go to the exit, and that's your next level. So this level's a little bit more complicated. You need to sort of use these 2 blocks to create yourself a bridge going across the abyss there. Remember actually to step on the block after you put it down or it won't be active. That's it. Collect the chips, and then you need to avoid these bugs up here, which I struggle to do. Oh, oops. So further on the level, you can see collect all the chips and straight to the exit. Next section is a little bit trickier further on in the game. So Electrocop is quite uniquely different here. It's a kind of a shoot 'em up, 3D shoot 'em up where you can walk in and out of the screen, which is quite unusual. Not many games done that sort of thing. But it's very tricky, I'm not exactly sure what to do. As you can probably tell from the video, I'm really all over the place. I think a lot of practice is needed here. Definitely one of the things that's a bit confusing is the button mapping. I'm sure there's buttons that do things, but I'm not sure yet. I need to check the instructions. And word of warning, if you get overexcited, that the pause button is the right trigger, which I sometimes press too many times and it gets a little bit annoying. Hopefully the button mapping changes so we can make some changes and put it back to the start button, which would be better. So, Gates of Zendikon is a side-scrolling shooter. It's quite basic, it's not too complicated. It looks quite colourful. Does get a little bit repetitive, I guess. But it looks nice. I think that the first level here is really just a taster and it sort of ease you into the game. You can see I've accidentally pressed the pause again. Okay, Todd's Adventures in Slime World. This one is quite intriguing. It's very different. Obviously it's a platform game, but shooting sections as well. But it's peculiar. I'm not exactly sure what to actually do in the level as we're going through it, but it's quite interesting. It's kind of exploring through this alien world, whichever we're on here. You can pick up items and the gems. It's certainly interesting. I think we'll need to spend more time on this one. Guys, this is the last game in the actual box collection, which I really like. I think it's one of the best, or one of the better collections on the Evercade. There is only 8 games, but it is very good. There's some good quality games here. Chip Challenge itself is absolutely brilliant. Blue Lightning is really good, and they certainly stand out. I certainly recommend this one. It's probably better than Collection 1, arguably. I really enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.